Ladies and gentlemen, what are we actually doing here? What are we doing in the hobby to make some of these most recent and even sets in the future become this valuable? This, according to eBay, according to the TCG players. I mean, I guess that's the intro. What's up, everybody? I don't know if you guys have checked the charts, but it's getting nasty. It's getting absolutely bottom feeder scummy level in the hobby. I believe we're absolutely cooked. I mean, I just woke up. There is multiple videos already talking about the situation of the Pokemon hobby right now, if you're in English. And usually I have some good news to tell you guys, that Japanese is still available. It's still readily available. But I can't even say that. Terastal Festival, the Terastal Festival, the set I'm absolutely sick and tired of covering, is still pumping. Yesterday I just made a video. It was like 85 bucks. I actually put in a order for a box. I told my audience I bought 2 boxes. My order got canceled from one of my, I guess I use them here and there, but they're not my go-to online retailer. But I got canceled. I was like, over a $85 purchase? It just seemed a little funny. And then I give it time. I was about to go buy another one on the TikTok shop app, and then it's up at $95 already. We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into all the charts. What did we miss? We're gonna go over some posts and all that good stuff. So let's get into the video. First, start off with the booster box that I literally just covered yesterday. Terastal Festival EX booster box once again makes its way on today's list. And this thing is a $96 booster box. And this is actually a $90 booster box. I could not find it sub $90, which is, for me, is insane because I have all the little tools to find cheap products. And this one is getting right past all that. $95, $96. I'm gonna sit here and tell my audience that it is absolute bloodbath out there when it comes to buying a modern Pokemon. I was just on the phone with a friend earlier. Shout out to my boy Jitto Jake. We're going to be doing a live on Saturday discussing the total markets, his thoughts, and mine. We had a talk this morning, and he was saying, he's like, we are done. If you don't have the extra 15-25% to pay for the most recent newest sets, you are going to be priced out. We are officially at the point. I mean, we've been here before when Pokemon has been scalped to the absolute limit. But I think that we are in such a different era because of the rip and shippers, because of how popular Pokemon investing is. I also believe that this is a lot of the collectors as well. Prismatic Evolutions Terastal Festival is also a very collectible set. We all know how many different Pokeball reverse holos, Master Ball reverse holos. It's a very collectible set. But we are just at that point where if you aren't really tech savvy, you aren't getting any of this product. If you have kids and you think you're just gonna walk into Target, that's gone. We also have to remember that the set in English, Prismatic Evolutions, it's gonna be released for quite some time, but I personally think that we aren't gonna see any of the product on the shelf for us casual collector. I think our days of collecting these newest sets are just done. These sets are just so darn investable. People have been drooling at the mouth for so many months for these sets to come out. And now that the market just has so much movement, so much momentum, we are seeing these prices come back down. I thought the true test was going to be battle partners and journey together. I said, hey, if I understand Terastal Festival, Prismatic Evolutions was going to be a hit, regardless of what was in there. We knew Evolutions were coming. We knew there was going to be a big Umbreon card. We knew that it was going to be a hit. But the true test was battle partners. I thought that maybe we would tail off, but I was completely wrong. This thing is pumping, and we're going to get into all of that and more for today's video. But I wanted to go back into the Prismatic Evolutions. So this is just the booster pack, ladies and gentlemen. The booster pack right now is a $15 booster pack on TCG Player. But I was on Discord and Reddit this morning. People were saying that this was selling for $20 online. Whatnot, of course, all the streaming services. $20 booster pack for Prismatic Evolutions, guys. I mean, what are we absolutely doing? This set isn't even out yet. It comes out next week. We're flipping this thing for 20 bucks. I mean, this just gives me a headache. Like, how many silly people, I don't want to say dumb, I don't want to say dumb, but how many silly people are just throwing their money at Pokemon cards? A few of my audience was like, you guys don't need cardboard, shiny cardboard that bad to be throwing hundreds of dollars at booster packs to chase. It's not investors that are buying these single packs. Definitely not them, because there's better plays on the. And then we go back to the booster bundle I just covered on my last video. It's just selling at $94. Like, what the hell? Oh my gosh, it's a booster bundle. These packs are going to come down in price. These cards are going to come down in price. If you guys don't think that the cards in this set are going to 2-3x what they're doing in Japanese, you guys are extremely tripping. And then we go back to the total, just the whole set of Prismatic Evolutions, guys. I mean, the poster collection, that's gonna be, you know, $60. The collection binder, that's gonna be $75. The surprise box, oh gosh, don't even get me started on that. That thing's gonna be, you know, $150, $175. It's just a mess. People are like speculating, like, what can Pokemon do to fight all this? They just need the print and blah 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 blah. Guys, they cannot print anymore. They're at full capacity. They have been at full capacity. They've said this multiple times. They anticipated that Prismatic Evolutions was going to be insanely popular, and they've been running those printers. But guys, they only can do so much. And then, like I said again, in Japanese, it's just no better. But the main story for today's video, it's been covered a million times. These pre-sales for the Journey Together, I mean, $300. We're gonna get into the ETB right now as well. But ladies and gentlemen, we are officially cooked. We cannot have modern product right now be this price. I mean, let's go to the sold items. All right. When we click the sold items, we filter to the sold items. We got these $135 ETBs. I don't know if you guys saw this earlier, but some of them were being listed at a ridiculous amount. The $500-$600. I mean, I get it, that's just listed. But $225, yada yada yada, $275. I mean, it is a $225 booster box, which makes this set so special. You ask, Henry, why are people paying these prices for the box? Why are people losing their mind? You know why, guys? We are back at the days where you're going to get a promo card with your booster box. That just fuels the fire so much more in a state of Pokemon, in the Pokemon bull run, where we did not need any more craziness. And Pokemon just goes, you know, the fire's already going. Let's just light one more match at the pile, you know. And that's where we're at. I do understand. I told a lot of my friends, I used to work in retail, like I used to manage in retail. We used to produce clothes a year and a half in advance. If you guys don't think that Pokemon produces cards a year in advance, you guys again are mistaken. Pokemon knew that they were going to throw a promo in the last sets, like we did back in the day, which is just all really bad timing for the hobby in a state of pure scalping and flipping and all the stonks here and there. This one is going to be one for the books. We thought Surging Sparks blew our mind with its prices. I knew that this was going to be the beginning of the end. And like I've told my audience for many months to come, this is what's going to drive people to other languages. I know so many people in my comment section talking about buying and ripping Japanese booster boxes, even Korean. This does affect those markets. It even affects the Korean market. We all know how cheap Korean has been for so long. It's been $20, $25 booster boxes. Some of these booster boxes, right after all this mess, are at $40. Guys, like, oh my gosh. People go, oh, it's just English. I'm in English, so it doesn't affect the other markets. It does. People don't want to be priced out. People want to still rip cards. People still want to collect cards. Now, with all of this being said, What can we do with this information? I personally will be buying singles. I will be waiting way after these sets have dropped to scoop them up. I will be purchasing these singles 3, 6, 9 months down the road. And like my previous video has stated, patience is key, guys. I am a-okay with not ripping Terastal Festival, Prismatic Evolutions, whatever the heck it is. I'm okay at sitting back and waiting for this market to take a little dip for me to then introduce myself to these prices. Guys, I am not paying these reselling prices. I'm definitely not getting at a 3x. I come from the stock and crypto world. If that was the case, and these things are up 150% and I bought in, I deserve to get dumped on. This is not where you buy in. If we had to compare this to those markets, we use a metric called the Fear and Greed Index. Right now, if Pokemon was on that spectrum, we would be in extreme greed. I have not seen this market this bad in a very, very long time. It is very, very concerning to me as a Pokemon lover, Pokemon collector, Pokemon hobbyist. The fact that this is the state of the market makes me absolutely sick. I know so many friends I was texting this morning, they all said, I am out. I'm completely out of English. This is just ridiculous. And then I showed them the Terastal Festival prices, and they're like, well, if English is expensive, what do we think is going to happen to Japanese? It's just a trickle down effect. My personal opinion for you guys as well is just, if you're in Japanese and you haven't scooped up all that you want, scoop those booster boxes up now, because this might be it. It would not surprise me if all those English collectors start coming to Japanese from this moment on, and then they start going back and picking up some of those early booster boxes. It would not shock me. So then I have this pulled up right here on Reddit. Journey Together, the ETB was listed $250, guys. I mean, what? So then going to Reddit, this was the Journey Together PC ETB. We all know what those are doing as far as an investment. This thing was, I saw so many people list this, or not list it, but alert their communities the second that these things went up. These things were gone in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. You have zero chance, ladies and gentlemen, to scoop up a PC ETB from this moment to Team Rocket. I personally believe. I think we have no chance. The fact that Pokemon did set a limit to purchase of 2, we can't get cases of PC ETBs anymore. Which for me, I think it's a positive for the hobby. But we have to remember that there is bots. The bots get around this stuff very, very easily. That definitely could have crashed the website. I know the website's always buggy when it comes to big releases like this. But man, what are we doing? Is this a Pokemon problem? Let me know. I'm trying to search for answers. And as I look at the very pissed off people of Reddit, they're also talking about the Blooming Waters set that just came out. I don't know if you guys have seen the short form, the TikToks, the YouTube shorts of people lining up in Costco. They actually had a somewhat civil release of the Blooming Waters collections at Costco. They actually filled 10 Blooming Waters things, the packs, in a shopping cart per customer. So people were just automatically buying 10, or assuming that they were buying 10. I don't even know how much those are going for in Canada. I'm guessing in the United States, they're probably gonna be like $70. So 70 times 10, these people are dropping $700 worth of Blooming Waters. And probably 1 out of the 100 people that show up that get these are actually gonna open them. This is exactly where we're at in the hobby. This is what I believe the investors, the hardcore investors, were praying for. And when you got those type of people in the hobby, those type of people shining light to that area, we are going to have the scalpers. The scalpers are like, they're like the blackbirds of the Pokemon community. They come in and they come in, they're up to no good, they just cause a bunch of havoc, and they do have a purpose in the hobby, but they're just here looking for a quick little flip. Or vultures, not blackbirds. As well, in the exact Reddit thread, people were talking about, is Japanese getting more popular? I'm just reading this right here. Is Japanese hyping it up now? I wonder what's happening. Who's picking up Japanese? Please, someone tell me. That is exactly what I predicted. This is exactly what I didn't want. I didn't want I didn't want people pushed out of English so then they could go out and raise the prices for my Japanese. For the sets, I'm having fun over here, guys. I'm buying whatever I want like that for cheap, for exactly what it should be, what it's been. And now it's gonna affect my battle partners sets. Now it's gonna affect my Team Rocket. It's gonna affect all that stuff. And then I'm going to sadly have to pay the price. And maybe that's gonna price me out. Maybe I'm gonna have to slow down. With all these increasing prices, it's just going to weed out the true collectors. The true collectors, we don't have tons of money. We're not here with $1,000 sidelined waiting for the next big play to throw $1,000 to invest in or flip. We're not like that. Most of us collectors, we're casuals. We just want to get an ETB, get a few booster packs, and then that's really it. And I wanted to really highlight this person right here. They said, yep, pretty soon buying Japanese will be ruined, then Korean will be ruined, then Chinese. I don't know if this last part was a joke, but Indonesian will be our last hope. But they'll come for it all. I completely agree. I think that the hordes of negative people, bad people in the hobby are going to be plentiful in the years to come. If we think this is bad, I'm so ready to report on good news in the Pokemon hobby. I'm just sick to my stomach that this is where we're at, and it is not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better with a Team Rocket set or the black and white set. If you're one of these people, you're one of these scalpers, reevaluate your life. Reevaluate what you're doing to the Pokemon community. And I know some of you guys are even part of the Pokemon community, and you guys just want to make a quick, 50, 75 bucks, whatever it is. I was always an advocate of getting your bag, but it just hits a little different when it comes to Pokemon. And I know some people in the comments are going to be like, you're just mad that you didn't get in. You're just mad that you couldn't, profit on this stuff. Like, I'm at the point, even with myself, when it comes to the investing space, I'm staying far away from sets like this. If I don't get any Journey Together in English to invest in, I'm fine. It is what it is. I'm cool over here with Paradox Rift. That set makes me happy. If it goes up, cool. If it doesn't, cool. Pokemon is really at a fork in the road, in my personal opinion. Where do we go from here? What is the solution? I just don't know if Pokemon has the capacity to just fulfill these orders. It's obviously just supply and demand. It is definitely a supply problem. We've now got the Thanos hand, the trilogy of disaster, and that's the investing, that's the collecting, and then the rip and shipping. I highly encourage you guys to talk to your favorite rip and shippers if you guys do have one, or your favorite Pokemon content creator. Ask them in the comments how many cases do you go through a night when you're streaming. I mean, those rip and shippers, they're going through cases of booster boxes overnight, night after night. People are paying ridiculous amount of money for a single booster pack, for the experience of the rip and the ship. And now that is now thrown into the equation, and that has a giant effect on what we're doing. I can't even go on my phone without being pushed, or an ad coming up for a whatnot stream, or a Instagram live with Pokemon, card ripping, whatnot, all that stuff. I think this is what Pokemon is going to be until we get the big crash, the downturn for Pokemon. But guys, sadly, it's just not looking good. So I guess that's the video. I guess that's the news. Really sucks, really bothers me today. It really bums me out about the Pokemon hobby. We're over here starting 2025 just on the wrong foot. But Pokemon, if you're listening, we need answers. As always, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Goes a long way, push me out to the algorithm. And until tomorrow, I'll catch you guys with a fresh new video. Peace.